Hi everyone, welcome to Sattui's Wine of the Month Club cookie demo. Today, we'll be celebrating the season and making white asparagus with a Béarnaise sauce, fiends herbs, and finishing it with salmon roe. We'll be pairing that with any of the whites from our white collection, including our Chardonnay, off-dry Riesling, and even our rosé. Let's get to cooking. All right, first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna start out by making a reduction. We're gonna start with 2 medium shallots. And we're just gonna go through, we've already cleaned out the paper. And it doesn't have to be pretty. It's just there for the flavor. We're gonna add it to a small sauce pot. We're gonna add about 4 sprigs of tarragon, just under a tablespoon of peppercorn, 1 cup of dry white wine. In this case, we're using the Chardonnay we're pairing, and a champagne style vinegar. We're just gonna add about 1/3 of a cup. We're gonna take this to the stove and we're gonna go ahead and reduce it for about 15 to 20 minutes or until we reduce it by about 2/3. We're gonna go at a nice medium-high heat. All right, this is reduced really nicely. We have a nice good color to our liquid. We're gonna go ahead and strain this liquid. Nice, beautiful reduction, and that's gonna be the basis of our sauce. All right, on to the main event. So here we have some Delta-style white asparagus. We're gonna peel them and we're gonna steam them. The reason why is that you're just gonna get a creamier texture. It's a little easier to control the cook, and it's gonna come out nice and warm for our Béarnaise. Now the beauty of this dish is that it could honestly be served ambient, cold, or hot. And white asparagus isn't a different species. They just grow traditional asparagus underneath burlap sacks, and it prevents the plant itself from producing chlorophyll because it doesn't need to make photosynthesis. A little more nutty, get a little more meat to your flavor. I'm just gonna go ahead and turn the bottom. We're gonna go up to about our plate size. So we're gonna go about a nice, about 4.5-inch spear right here. And then once we have our guided spear, we're gonna use that to compare to all the others. We're gonna save ourselves a lot of time here, and we're just gonna trim. Beautiful, save our stalks. And I'm just gonna go ahead and peel all these real fast. All right, let's go steam these up. All right, we're back stovetop. What we have here is we have our clarified. We have it melted. We got plenty here just in case. About 110 degrees. From here, we're gonna have our bain-marie. A bain-marie consists of our sauce pot with a metal bowl for conducting. We're making sure the water is touching the bottom of the bowl and it's that full. We brought it up to a boil, then we're bringing it down to a nice low simmer. So we're gonna start off with our reduction. We're just gonna add about a 1.5 tablespoons-ish. And why we're going through this whole delicate operation here is so that we don't overcook our eggs. So our 3 egg yolks, 1, 2, 3. Beautiful. We're just gonna whisk them in. Always having a towel on hand just in case you gotta pull it off the flame. Once we hit that thicker egg and it's a little more custard-like, that's when we're gonna start incorporating our butter. Nice and thick, frothy, thick and custard-like. Turn off our heat. And we're gonna start to incorporate our butter. So just a nice slow drizzle, especially at first. You don't want to thermically shock it too much. You don't want scrambled eggs. That's the biggest fear. So that's what we're fighting here, and that's why we're going nice and gentle. A little lemon juice, freshly squeezed. About 1 tablespoon. Gorgeous, nice, pillowy, whipped. Now we're gonna taste it and make sure we have our good salt. Just a whisper, a little kosher. And the difference between this and a hollandaise is tarragon. All right, now we have a nice custardy rich sauce. Some dill here that we have finely chopped. Just gonna add about 1 teaspoon. Some fresh chives, my favorite fiends herbs. Add about 1 tablespoon. The absolute star of the show, some chopped tarragon. About 1.5 teaspoons. Whisk to combine. Look at that. You just wanna make sure it's gonna just barely drip off your spatula. Is kind of where I like the consistency. That looks nice. Beautiful. Set, ready? Let's go to plate. All right, so we pulled our asparagus, freshly steamed, hot out of the steamer. We're just gonna season it with a splash of lemon juice and a pinch of sea salt. Take 3 beautiful spears. We're gonna kick in just a few of these caviar. Caviar is optional. If you don't have it, don't worry. It does add a very nice touch to the dish though. And the salt is gonna pair beautifully with your white wine. So from there, take it, nice and neat. And we'll add some fresh arugula, a little micro, and a couple of pretty little borage flowers, just to give it some contrast. And there you have it. White asparagus, Béarnaise, salmon roe, and a little bit of our fiend's herbs. And now for my favorite part, let's give it a taste. So we have our white asparagus, these lovely little salmon roe. That's a great bite. Let me tell you why. You get the tender texture of the asparagus. You get the absolute rapid mouth coat from the Béarnaise. With that, you're gonna have the saltiness of the roe, and you're gonna get the acidity of the lemon. And the lemon's gonna make a nice acidic bridge between the two. This dish is absolutely gonna pair incredibly well with any of our white wine selection, or even our rosé. The fat, the salt, and the acid. It makes it a winning combo. The asparagus is just kind of a vessel to hold it all. Thanks for watching. Until next time, salut.